All right, fellas, we're back. I had to create a new stream. I had to go through some. YouTube obviously flagged that last video, so yeah, I got a full-on warning, and I did not appeal the warning. It was legit. Copyright issues. That's just so stupid. Like, yeah, I get it. But man, normally that doesn't. That hasn't been happening on TikTok because I guess I don't have a lot of viewers. Not saying I had a lot of viewers here, but man, YouTube was on it. They got you quick, Brian. They got me quick, Brian. All right, my UFC bet was so good. DraftKings called you. Get that down. What happened was I was airing semifinal French Open between Alcaraz and Djokovic. I don't know. It took 10 minutes for YouTube to find this stream, realize I was airing a broadcast, and got me shut down for copyright issues. So that's how it goes, man. That's how she goes. So, that generally sucks, but I guess not too surprising. But yeah, that is what happened. So we got removed quick. I'm checking. Man, we got some great bets today, fellas. I'm ready to hit the cash counter with you guys today. I'm ready to hit the cash counter. Well, I'm sure DraftKings and FanDuel has deals to be able to air stuff. I've got no deals with anybody. And you know what? That actually hasn't been a problem. A, I haven't been doing it, but two, I turned off ads. I'm sure you guys have noticed, when you go watch any of my content, you don't get any ads like you do on YouTube's. I turned it off. I had too many violations, but when you turn off the ads, they generally stop reviewing and kind of like paying attention to your content. You kind of do whatever the hell you want. So I wasn't really making any money, worth bragging about or worth talking about. It was, you get half a penny for like 1 million views. You're not making any money. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just turn the ads off, and therefore they won't, be monitoring my content. Well, they monitor the lives, I guess. So nothing's free. There you go, right there. Nothing is free. Nothing's free except for that banger Tyler just gave us Saturday night in the UFC. That was free. I didn't have to pay anything for that winner. Nothing's free, Ryan. I hear ya. So yeah, that's how she goes sometimes. Guys, you guys ready to jump on the payoff pitch today and hear why we're going to be back in the athletics? I'm not talking money line or I wouldn't never do the athletics money line. That bullpen is still terrible. But there's some angles within that game I think you can go ahead and bet. Already tweeted one of them on Twitter, Hauser, under 4.5 Ks. But I'm winning that match again. I'm double dipping in the Athletics Brewers. Yes, double dipping in the Athletics Brewers. Hang around. Find out how we're going to get that second bet in on backing those Athletics. How many bets we got today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Possibly a 9. Let's see. But definitely, for sure, going to go ahead and roll with 8. All right, fellas, let's go find ourselves a hockey squirrel. Give me half a second. Man, what high-level tennis we're getting here. What did... he ended up winning that first set, right? Or that second set? What's the score now? What's the score? Ah, shit. Djokovic broke him. So in 5-3. Let's hang out here. Now it's 5-4. Love 30, though. So if Alcaraz can break him right back, okay, now we're on one set apiece. So massive game here. Massive game here. Let's see what we get. Mac Jones. What's up, Mac? Your 3-team parlay. Today's the Athletics. You could take a stab today at the Athletics. I will include them in my long shot 4th inning as an honorable mention. If you want to take a stab on them, yeah, today you can go ahead and take a stab on them. Rangers against the Rays. Heaney up against Glasnow. Yeah, man. Not big on the Rangers today. Marlins is my dog of the day, so I can get behind the Marlins. Marlins and Athletics I'll be expanding on in the 4th inning. Marlins as my true on dog. Athletics as an honorable mention. Rangers, I can't quite get there with Heaney. The Rays aren't crushing left-handers right now. You do have to admit that, but it has been one of their strengths all season. Heaney is not good, not good through the third time through the rotation. Maybe they, hide that weakness by going ahead and pulling him early. But even if Glasnow is awfully good, you're going to get the bullpen advantage with the Rays. I can't quite get there, Mac Jones, but the other two, I can get behind. Any pitcher not to win bets. Yes, sir. Got another three-legged parlay, Sean. Got another three-legged parlay on 3 pitchers that I don't think can get the win. So let's do that. Are we going to live bet Djokovic? I liked him going into the match. I thought he was obviously a dog worth taking a stab at. But this match is 50-50. So if you still want to take a stab, for sure. I've seen nothing. I'm watching it right now. This point is absolutely incredible. I mean, that's the way it feels like all these points are. Every point's a coin flip, game, set. The whole damn thing's a coin flip. So if you want to take a stab on a dog, go ahead, go for it. I think you're fine. Man, what high level. So here we got double break point, and then we're going to go find ourselves a hockey squirrel. You're welcome, Mac. I love the question. Love the question. Let's see if Alcaraz can convert one of these 2 break points and get us to 1 set apiece. That's 15-40, double break point. Set point number 2. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, Sean, let's cash that. 3-legged, these pitchers ain't getting the win. Let's bank on it. Let's bank on it. All right, it's almost 10, but let's hang here and see if Alcaraz can pull this off. Djokovic is taking his sweet time. He knows this is a big point, big game. All right, 30-40, one more break point. We'll hang to this one. Let me give Hockey Squirrel, or let me get set up here. What's up, John? What's up, man? Thank you for finding the stream. Second time. Sorry if it was a little confusing. YouTube spanked my hand. I was showing some tennis live, and they didn't like that. They're not a fan of that. They're not a fan of that. All right, 30-40. We're going to hang here. Just see if Alcaraz can pull off the break, win the set, get this thing to 1 set apiece, which is on our way to cashing over 4.5 sets or 5 sets, however your sportsbook had it. We're basically rooting for a 5-setter. Come on, Alcaraz. Break him here, baby. It's going to be tough. It is the Joker. He big serve out wide, kicks him out. All right, I'm going to go find myself a hockey squirrel. I'll be with you guys here in half a second. Let's go get him. Hey there, everybody. Welcome on into the Friday episode here of the Payoff Pitch. We're live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time previewing today's MLB slate. He's, of course, Hockey Squirrel. I'm, of course, Jason. What's going on, man? Powered by Bet Openly every single day. Win more and lose less with Bet Openly. Hop on over there and check them out. Squirrel, look like you're intent over there. You're focusing. I love it. Digging out some winners. Let's have them. What's up, man?
Yeah. It was weird. Yesterday we had nothing, and like I said, you can't control which days have X amount of value, but I think I'm near 20 plays for the day.
20 plays. You hear that, folks? I heard 20 plays. 20?
Yeah, it's everything. It's WNBA, it's tennis, it's MLB college baseball's on today, I think.
Okay, cool. Let's get it. Let's just hop
Um,
right on into it. Sounds like a big show. I love it. Let's just jump right on into it. All right, Squirrel, here we go. Second inning around the bases. Let's just take a couple games and break down those suckers. Oh, let's get there for me to kick it off.
let's see here. I think I focused on the later innings pretty hardcore, so give me just a second. Digging through some things. Let's try. I think here's an interesting one, right? Is the Mets and the Pirates is an interesting game because Pete Alonso is out today. So there's been a little bit of debate of, is this an overreaction to the total? Does this go under because of Pete Alonso, or is there more to this game that creates, likability on the under or the over? I am on the under. Hold on, I gotta mute this Discord because people are just typing away in here.
All right.
Boom. All right, there we are. All right, so yeah, the Mets and Pirates under is what I'm on, but I saw it trending to the under, and then it kind of stalled. So I'm on the under 9.5. I got minus 113, but I was hoping it would drop to 9, and it hasn't quite yet. But we'll see where that ends up.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead. So you're waiting for more confirmation before you bet that over? I guess I was a little confused. Sorry.
No. I bet the under 9.5 at minus 113, but it trended down because Pete Alonso was announced out, and that
Wow.
was
One guy moved the line like that. Unreal.
mm-hmm.
I mean, guy's good, but like I don't know. We've had these conversations, right? LeBron James. Remember that night we were watching the lines there in basketball? LeBron James was ruled out, and it went from 5.5 to 6.5. Like the so-called
Yeah.
best player in basketball can only move a line like an inch. I don't know. Pete
Yep.
Alonso's going to make this big difference in an over and under. Yeah. Okay. I'm not disputing your pick. I guess I'm disputing.
Yeah, I mean,
the
you're
impact of
certainly,
one second.
removing a pretty big home run threat
Yeah.
from your batting lineup. But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I think that's well said. All right, let's keep the good times rolling on here. I, of course, want to jump in on this action and talk about the Athletics and the Brewers. Squirrel. I'm curious to where you've got this. Boy, just since like the 30 minutes before payoff pitch, they were plus 215. Now they're plus 195. People are jumping on the Athletics. I'm going to go ahead and jump on the Athletics here from an F5 team totals perspective at over 1.5 runs at minus 135. The Athletics are averaging 2.11 runs in their first 5 innings. It gets a nice bump on the road at 2.67. I think they roll up to the ballpark and they're like, people? Oh yeah, let's show up for these people. We don't have these at our ballpark. That's why they average more runs on the road. Either way, 2.1, 2.67. That'll get us a good cash right here. The Athletics are hot right now versus right-handers. They're batting 5th best batting average versus right-handers. They're hitting 283. Their weighted runs created is at 115. They're not striking out at 19.4%. This is a bet where if I give you the slugging, if I give you the hitting, if I gave you that fantastic strikeout rate, if I gave you the amount of runs they average through the F5, you would bet it, and then I would peel the cover off and say, hey, this is the Athletics, and you'd probably turn your face. I bet numbers. I bet stats. I'm back in the Athletics today from an F5 team total perspective of over 1.5. They're also going up against Adrian Hauser there, the Brewers. 3 of the 6 opponents have hit this F5 team total, and this guy is not missing bats. A 299 opponent's batting average, a 5.5 K per 9, and a 1.44 whip. Give me those numbers against this hot Athletics team versus right-handers. I think we easily hit this F5 team total over 1.5 runs. And that's how I'm kicking off this show, back in the Athletics, because nobody expected that one.
Yeah, I have it plus 160. So I mean, there's value every single day on the Athletics, as we've
There's
always
good
talked
value
about.
today. I like it.
And I have over under at 9 as a projection, and that's at 9.5 juice. Well, kind of all over the place. Some books have it a little to the under, some have it a little to the over at 9.5. So not too sure there, I guess, as far as the market goes. But let me find another one that hasn't already rocketed to one direction or the other. What was I looking at? I think I was either looking at Astros Guardians is trending towards the under as well with Christian Javier and Logan Allen. You have that a team that's tough to strike out, and that's another thing I was looking at is the Christian Javier line for his total strikeouts. I mean, there's a couple spots, not just this game, but where there's hard to strike out teams, but then pitchers that generally strike a lot of guys out. So it's like, do the batters control it or does the pitcher control it? And
Right.
this, I think, is going to be another interesting one to watch. But overall, I do have that game to go under in the Astros and Guardians.
Under in the
Uh,
Astros and Guardians. Okay.
that's at 8 currently. I think minus 115. Maybe there's minus 110 out there.
Okay. What about the Reds and the Cardinals? They're in action today in St. Louis. I'll be back in the Reds from an F5 team total over 1.5 runs at minus 120. They faced Montgomery 3 starts ago. So not a long time ago. It was just 3 starts ago. So about 15 days ago. And they easily cashed over 1.5 runs. They got 4 runs. And look at other teams that have faced Montgomery already twice this season. The Pirates were better the second time. The Brewers were second time. They were better. No real surprise. That is a trend over a large sample size, that you're going to be less successful the second time in seeing an opponent. Well, we just saw the Reds 3 starts ago. So like the Pirates, like the Brewers, I'm expecting the Reds to be a little bit more successful. A Reds team that season long has great numbers against left-handers, currently average, so not bad, just average pack right now versus left-handers, but we know that's generally been one of their strengths. They averaged 2.73 runs through the F5 through those Reds. Going up against Jordan Montgomery today, I'll take my chances that the Reds can hit an F5 team total of over 1.5 runs. Let's shut up and pitch and see what you're doing today on the bump.
Yeah, speaking of the Reds, that's right where I'm going for my strikeout prop. Going to take over 4.5 Ks for Ben Lively. As you just mentioned, he just saw him not too long ago, played the St. Louis Cardinals, got 8 strikeouts in that one. And I think the projection I had was 5.5, and I'm getting plus money at over 4.5. You talk about that hitter familiarity. It may not go the exact same way this time. I certainly don't expect 8, but I'm hoping to just get the 5 at plus money. I think that's a fine pick.
Yeah, even there's room for regression to still get a great cash. So I love it.
Right.
I'm going to target a couple unders today, and Rangers Suarez under 4.5 Ks at minus 136. He's gone under in 4 of his 5 starts. And the Dodgers right now are just demolishing left-handed pitching. I mean, they're hitting 311. They're slugging 705. Slugging 705. They should absolutely crush them. Their weighted runs created versus left-handers is 200. 200. We haven't seen these kind of numbers this season. They're not striking out at 8.3%, and they've got a high walk rate at 15.4%. Suarez is in for a tough day. Like going under on his outs at 15.5. I went strikeouts. This is a guy with the way the Dodgers are right now versus left-handers. He's a full-on fade. And also Adrian Hauser. This is the second angle in which I'm going to back the Oakland Athletics today. I'm taking him for under 4.5 Ks at minus 145. He stayed under in 5 of his 6 starts. We've already talked about the Athletics, not striking out, hitting the ball well versus right-handers. I'll go ahead and take him to stay under 4.5 Ks. Let me expand a little bit, something else here on Adrian Hauser. I've been looking for the next Zach Greinke because we know what the sports books do to our Zach Greinke line. They either take it away from us or make it super juicy. This guy, Adrian Hauser, he stayed under 1.5 walks in all but 1 start. So I've personally bet under 1.5 walks. It's at minus 102, but that's just to force me to keep tracking the play. I want to keep tracking this. I think we may have found another Zach Greinke here in Adrian Hauser of a guy that's got some great control. So that's not an official play, but just something to keep watching. This guy seems to limit the free bases that he gives out. So I'll personally be on under 1.5 walks, and we'll hopefully we can talk about that one in another 5 days in a little bit more detail. But from a strikeout perspective, go ahead and fade him of under 4.5 Ks. I've also got another parlay of 3 pitchers today that I do not think can go ahead and pick up a win. Parlay these 3 guys, winning pitcher, no, minus 106 over on Caesars. The first one there is Andrew Heaney there of the Texas Rangers. He should struggle today up against the Rays. Generally strong against left-handers. Not that great right now versus left-handers, but it's the strength. Meanwhile, the Rangers are going up against Glass now, and then the Tampa Bay Rays bullpen. They should have it tough, generally speaking, all day with Glass now in that bullpen. So Haney's not going to pick up the win. Neither is Austin Gomber. This leg's minus 700. Don't need to do a lot of explanation. You know what? And I want to expand on what it takes to be a winning pitcher. You have to go at least 5 innings pitched, and your team has to be winning the game and never lose the game obviously throughout the rest. So they're up 7-5. If the game becomes 7-6, and then let's say 8-6 and 8-7, as long as you've maintained your lead since your exit and you've pitched at least 5 innings, then you can go ahead and be a winning pitcher. Austin Gomber's out prop is at 14.5. The books don't even think this guy is going to pitch long enough to even be classified to be the winning pitcher. That's why this leg's at minus 700. And then Ranger Suarez. I already mentioned him taking under on his outs prop, taking under on his strikeouts prop. May fade this guy a little bit later on in the show, to be determined. But he's definitely not going to get the win up against this great Dodgers team. So I'll take Suarez, Haney, and Gomber all to not be a winning pitcher at minus 106. What you got there, Squirrel? Anything else?
For pitching props, there's only one book that has a line available on this one. And again, it's one of those where it's like, could be sketchy, but could also be very undervalued. And it's this brand new guy, AJ Smith-Shawver, going to pitch for his MLB debut for the Atlanta Braves. Now he'll go against the Washington Nationals, which, as you know, if you look at the K percentage, it's very, very low for the Nationals. So it's going to be tough to strike the team out. However, considering minor league numbers, the guy looks like potentially a strikeout machine. I think he doesn't even need that many innings to get a pretty high strikeout rate. He's in the minors anyway. I mean, I've seen in 4 innings, the guy has got 6 to 8 strikeouts already. It's pretty nuts. So, it's which way is it going to go? A lot of books don't even have a line open on it yet, but I did have a projection. I think it was around maybe 5.5. We get 3.5 at FanDuel as minus 136, and I would certainly take that and be happy with it, even against a team that has a low strikeout rate. It's something new, somebody no one's really seen before, and I think it could go either way. But.
Yeah, remember we played Reese Olson last Friday night on his debut. I like it. All right, 4th inning long shots. Remember, this was the category that did really good. I think overall did good yesterday, staying away. I mentioned the Rockies were a good dog, but I said watch that bullpen wet the bed. No, that's exactly what happened. Nationals didn't get played, and I said be careful with the Cubs. Everybody thought the Cubs were going to avoid the sweep. They're waiting for the Cubs to break out of a spell. Why not just let the Cubs have a good game and then back them? If we don't have to wait for it and then burn our cash in between. Let's see what you got cooking up here in long shots. What dogs you got? Alcaraz with the set win. Love it. Let's go.
I have one game at even odds that I'll talk about after I give you a slight warning on I would probably stay away from the Yankees today. I don't know if plus 130 is what I would want for the Red Sox now, seeing as it opened at almost plus 150. But something's weird there when you have Garrett Cole on the mound and then a plus 150 becomes a plus 130. Something's kind of strange in that line. So, maybe take a look at the Red Sox, watch it closer to game time when all that money comes flooding in on Garrett Cole and the Yankees and they're at home and all this. But Red Sox is a place to look. The game that I'm actually on, I'm taking at even odds. Philadelphia Phillies. They have the home field there. I have a model at minus 120. So again, if I'm getting even odds on a minus 120 projection, 20-cent discrepancy from the model, and that's what I'm rolling with. I think it's the home field advantage that factors into the model that gives them that bit of boost. So ultimately, if it were played neutral site, it probably would be even. I checked the bullpens; they're pretty close, fairly in the last 30 days anyway. In terms of whatever your standard pitching stats, whips, and all that kind of thing. I didn't really look too terribly in depth at the bats, but I think there's a slight edge for the Phillies anyway. So that's what I'm rolling with at even money.
Phillies today taking on the Dodgers. All right, good luck. For my dog of the day, I've got a couple of them. First one we have to talk about there is the Miami Marlins. They're taking on the Chicago White Sox. I'm getting the better offense by far, and it's by a really nice advantage. White Sox continue to struggle. Marlins having this nice upsurge. They've maintained it. They're slashing 270, 341, 425. They don't strike out at 14%. And the White Sox are just significantly worse. They strike out at 22.1. They're only hitting 203, so just barely get their head up above the Mendoza line. and they're not bringing much power to plate at 337. So my weighted runs created is also in the favor. There are the Miami Marlins. You're talking Yuri Perez up against Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease may strike out some people. He's going to draw some walks. He's going to give up hard contact. Yuri Perez is still relatively new in the league. He's having success. So we'll look to continue that success up against a struggling White Sox team versus right-handers. When you get to the bullpen, this is where your underdog could be in for a little bit sweaty. But hopefully you're in the good arms of the Marlins bullpen, and that can carry you to a victory. I think the safer plays, I take the Marlins F5 money line. It's at plus 118. You're getting a better price on the F5 money line than the full game money line, and you give yourself the option to push should there be a tie after 5 innings. So I like the F5 a little bit better, but full game money line, just avoid those bad arms out of that bullpen, and I think you'll be okay there for the Marlins. And the other one we're talking about, it has to be the Athletics. We've kind of talked about how the price has plummeted here just in the little bit that we've been doing the show, at plus 215. Now it is, get a live look here at this. Now it is, let's see. Now it's plus 195. Still they're right there. We've already talked about how the Athletics hit. Remember how the Brewers don't hit, right? Brewers F5 team total under 2.5 runs. There's just a god-awful offense. So I'm getting the better offense. Starting pitcher, I'm getting, some sites are showing Luis Medina, and some sites are showing some guy named Sam.
Oh yeah, Sam Maul. He's at the very bottom of the bullpen. Very bottom of the bullpen. Like it's so
pretty bad.
Yeah. If you get the bullpen guy, man, I don't know. I really was considering at minus 115 taking a Brewers run line full game. Possibly.
Yeah,
I mean, it's Sam Maul for sure. It's going to be. The Athletics bullpen. There's no way in hell you're backing that.
I'm fine with it. I think they're going to throw him for an inning, and then Medina's going to come in for a chunk of the game. Just like who was the pitcher yesterday? I predicted that was going to happen. You'd see the dude for an inning, and then I can't think of it right now. But either way, I was spot on. The next guy came in, and he threw like 4 or 5 innings. I think that's what you're going to get. Maul's just going to go an inning, so not too concerned right there. Bullpen-wise, of course, you're not getting the advantage with the Athletics. It has improved. You do got to give them credit. Now they're sitting at around about league average, and, of course, they'll be taking on, today the Brewers. Brewers better bullpen, but I'm going to take the better offense. I think the pitching staff can be managed properly to where I think they become a good dog. So Athletics, Marlins. But give me the Marlins if I just got to settle on one. I'll take the Marlins over the Athletics. All right, 5th inning. Keep swinging. What you got there, Squirrel?
Well, I do have something for keep swinging today. If you're going to target like a batting prop, and you're going to sit there on a Friday night and you're going to root for an over.
Yeah.
You want a game with a lot of projected runs. You want a game with a high score. You want a game with a shitty pitcher. So where do you look? You want somebody from the Padres, because you're going against Austin Gomber in Coors Field, where you're expected to have a lot of runs. Now, who do you pick out? Well, there are a couple guys that you could go with, like Austin Nola or Ha-Seong Kim. The guy that I was drawn to, though, is Fernando Tatis Jr. Why? Is because on the total basis props, I see something that I have never seen before. Not that I look at a lot of total basis props, but generally they're always over under 1.5. This one is over under 2.5. 2.5 bases. So that means that he would have to get a single and a double, or just hit a home run or get a triple. Triples are not very common. So now you're basically saying he has to get a single and a double, or 2 doubles. You might as well just take him to hit a freaking home run at that point, or dig into something else, like there's a prop called hits, runs, and RBIs, or hits and runs, or hits and RBIs, or whatever. I mean, they kind of stack it every which way, but you could dig into something like this, where it seems a little bit more doable on the hits, runs, and RBIs. That way, I mean, okay, if he hits a home run, it doesn't count as total bases, but at least if there's runners on, he would be batting runners in, he would get a hit off of it, all this kind of stuff. So he's expected to, I think, have 2 hits basically, and that's why the total bases would be over 2.5. Something to do with the Padres, though, possibly Fernando Tatis Jr. in a weird way, like not just the total bases, because I think you're kind of getting scammed at over 2.5 total bases. I think there's probably a better angle to attack it. I just haven't figured out exactly what it is yet that I want to do.
over 3.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, plus 115. Fernando Tatis. Yeah, you're starting to get some high numbers. But like you said, it's in Colorado. Austin Gomber, yeah, he should. And then also you get that bullpen, right? Mentioned that yesterday, right? We were on the Giants. I mean, gave them out as a dog, but I told you how the Rockies were going to lose that game. They lost that game so predictably. I mean, it was a perfect script yesterday for what we were talking about. So I actually like Kim on the Padres. I think Kim is going to be a little bit. I think pivot off of Tatis because they've elevated his number. Everything you said is correct. So come in and take Kim. He's 5 for 10 off Austin Gomber with 2 Ks. Focus on Kim. I really like him because you don't have to get the elevated number.
Or just stack a few of these guys. Fight. I mean,
stack a few.
They're probably all going to get a freaking hit. I mean, dude, it don't look good for the Rockies today, I tell you.
Yeah. So I'll take Kim. I'll also take Goldschmidt. He's 5 for 11 off Ben Lively with 1 K. I'll also take Ozzie Alves. He's 4 for 9 off Gray. And then also take Carlos Correa. He's 9 for 18 off Kikuchi. So I'm looking for a bounce back day on Beat the Streak. I'm going to use Correa and Kim as my 2 guys that go ahead and kick me off another streak on Beat the Streak. All right, 6th inning. It's a steal. What do you got here, Squirrel? What's a steal?
This is a game that I'm going against you on. Unfortunately, I saw the terrible movement against the team, but there is a floor and a ceiling to where a team basically belongs in terms of what they're worth. And I bought a very low price on the Chicago White Sox at minus 119. So I was happy with that considering where it came out and considering where I have it projected. I have it minus 145 and I got minus 119. So I was happy with that. The game opened minus 140, minus 145. It really depends on, your book, where you're at and everything. But yeah, I was able to get that at minus 119. Still, if you have an account at Bookmaker, like I told you the other day, I suggested, you can still get it minus 120 if it's something that you're interested in. Some of the regulated books are minus 130, BetMGM minus 125. So possibly something you could do even better on at Bet Openly as well. I always suggest doing that because, once again, you can't get limited there, and somebody's most likely going to accept your bet there if they want the other side of that game.
All right, good stuff right there. Chicago White Sox, minus 119, taking on the Marlins today. I'm going to stay with this game. Actually, I like to give out my dog of the day. Stand up, Nerfy Nation. Not only are we talking about the dog of the day, or the Nerfy of the day, we're going to go ahead and bet the Nerfy of the day. Marlins, White Sox, minus 115. Let's go ahead and talk about it. These 2 teams ranked 29th and 27th in the MLB and not scoring in the first inning. One is getting a Nerfy 83% of the time, and the White Sox are getting a Nerfy 78% of the time. Again, ranks 29th and 27th, so bottom of the barrel here for offensive teams in the first place. Dylan Cease will be on the mound today for the White Sox. He's given up 3 runs and 13 starts in the first inning. 1 home run, 14 Ks, 200 batting average, and a 0.83 whip. So let's hope that the whip shows up. If he can't get, obviously, a guy on base, if like the whip is under 1, we'll get a nice easy cash. Hopefully we're not floating around with that 200 batting average. We're more on the 0.83 whip side. Yuri Perez, we talked about him. Just like this guy, still new, still being successful. He's given up no runs in his 5 starts so far, the 7 innings, 5 starts, 7 Ks. A 118 opponent's batting average and a .60 whip. So don't be surprised if you see this bet again tomorrow. It'll be just like the Royals Marlins. If I get burned on day 1, I could really care less. The stats look great. I don't know the pitchers for tomorrow, but this is going to be a popular Nerfy, I think, throughout this entire season. So Nerfy, Marlins, White Sox, minus 115. Let's cash it, boys. Let's move it over to the 7th inning, coming to a stretch. We got to go ahead and give you guys our best bet. Man, Alcaraz. You guys, hopefully you guys are watching this. Tennis, high levels stuff going on here. Wow. 7th inning coming to a stretch. Let's give these guys our best bet today there, Squirrel. What you got? Even Djokovic is applauding. Love it. What you got, Squirrel?
Boy, I could give a lot of things for a best bet, but they're not really achievable now. My absolute best bet is actually in WNBA, but I think it's like 5 points moved already. So I won't give that out just because it's not achievable. Let's see. Yeah, I got a lot of good WNBA. I'm not gonna lie; those are like my best closing lines right now. Boy, I don't know, man. It's hard to pick one.
Come on,
Let's
give me one.
say,
Give me one.
let's say,
Ooh.
dude, I don't know. Ben Lively over 4.5 Ks, I guess. I don't know. In terms of things that can be achieved,
I can't wait for all the people to back those Cardinals today and that great offense of the Cardinals today. Yeah, they're going to get their cash burned if you back the Cardinals today. How about the best bet today? We've already talked about them a few times. There's no better offense right now versus left-handed pitching than those Dodgers. I'm going to take them for that F5 team total over 2.5 runs at plus 105. Kind of talked about how hot they are, talked about their weighted runs created 200, not striking out at 8.3%. This smells disaster for Ranger Suarez. 3 of his 5 opponents have gone over 2.5 runs in the first 5. They went against him a couple times last year. Got this to cash in one of those 2 starts. Too hot right now versus left-handers to ignore it. So bet it, live with the result, and that's what I'll do at plus 105. All right, 8th inning double play. What parlay were you able to cook up today?
we'll roll Brewers just because I really don't. Probably Brewers Padres. Let's see what the price is here. Brewers Padres gives me parlay. Gives me plus 117. So not amazing, but I don't expect either of those teams to lose. So.
Okay, I've got to give you guys a couple parlay pieces, and then I'll actually give you like a real parlay. Tyler Glass now over 3.5 hits. The Rangers are too good on offense. This guy has allowed both of his opponents this season to go over 3.5 hits. It's minus 170, so it's a parlay piece. But as good as this guy is, give some goddamn credit to that Rangers offense. They should get him for over 3.5 hits. I also like Tyler Wells there of the Baltimore Orioles to go over 17.5 outs. I see him going 6 strong. The Royals are below the Mendoza line of hitting right-handers. They've generally struggled all season long versus right-handers, and it's no different right now, again, below the Mendoza line. Sonny Gray should go that's the wrong one. Merrill Kelly over 5.5 Ks. Some books have this at 6.5 Ks. You can find 5.5 Ks at DraftKings with a whole hell of a lot of juice. Tigers striking out over 30%. Can't hit right-handers. I'm liking Merrill Kelly to strike out a lot of Tigers today. So those are a couple parlay pieces. If you're just looking for a good old classic 2-legged money line parlay, Orioles ain't losing today to the Kansas City Royals. It ain't happening. They get the better bullpen. Bautista, you saw him, what he did yesterday. We've kind of been talking about Bautista. He pitched the inning to close out the game yesterday against the Brewers. He got 2 strikeouts. It's what the guy does. He's going to get rack up the strikeout. So I'm getting the better bullpen. I'm getting the better starter by far in Tyler Wells up against Daniel Lynch. And then I'm getting the Orioles that hit left-handers really well, hitting over 300. And again, the Royals can't hit right-handers. So give me the Orioles today as a money line parlay. And I'm going to parlay those with the Padres. Take it on the Rockies. You've kind of touched on them. Like everything about Yu Darvish up against Austin Gomber. And then, of course, I'm getting the way better bullpen. We've kind of talked about this Rockies bullpen. Talked about them yesterday as a dog. You really didn't want to bet that. This is the classic, when we did it a couple weeks ago up against the, Diamondbacks, where Connor Seabold took over for Chase Anderson. You just don't want the Rockies bullpen. Yeah, I'll take the Padres Orioles. It comes in at plus 132. All right, let's throw up our official bets, and then let's get in this thing right here. Let me throw mine up on the screen. If you want to rifle off anything while I get these up, then let's do some rapid fire. Phenomenal leans, fellas. I'm gonna have a free roll 100%. Love today's card. All right, let me
we'll just talk about everything in the
and rapid fire deal. Let's toss these bets up on the screen. Everything I talked about, but we can make sure just to expand it. Let's shrink this on. Sorry I didn't have this ready, guys. It was tennis. I'm going to bet that nerf of the day. Dodgers F5 team total. Goddamn right, I'm betting my best bet of the day. Athletics team total. Reds team total. Suarez and Hauser staying under their Ks. The winning pitcher, no parlay. Those are the 3 guys that won't pick up a win. And then Marlins. Like I said, this is exactly like that Rockies last week. Just get rid of that bullpen. You're getting the hitting advantage. Starting pitching, maybe you don't get an advantage, but pure edge can equal Sace, and then you're really getting that phenomenal offense that the Marlins have over the White Sox. So I'll do the F5 money line at plus 118. All right, let's go ahead and pull up my phone and do it. I've seen the questions come in. Nats or Astros going to get the win? Is the Astros my best bet? Let's go ahead and cover all that stuff right now in rapid fire. What are these guys doing? Is Alcaraz hurt? Oh, shit, he's limping. Oh, he's trying to stretch out a cramp? Oh, boy. This could hurt a 5-setter. What's he doing? He's got a cramp? It just doesn't look good for a 5-setter. Oh, boy. All right. Anyways, that doesn't look good. What do we got here? Diamondbacks and Tigers. Over under of 8. Diamondbacks minus 145. Tigers plus 115. I'll say Tigers are struggling, right? Can't hit right-handers. Strike it out a ton. I just didn't have the Diamondbacks in my money line parlay because the Tigers were going home. I thought maybe going home would give them a touch of a lift, but it's hard not to like the Diamondbacks. I'll take them at minus 145. Merrill Kelly.
Yeah, I got Tigers plus 115. I think that's roughly, plus 108. I think you said plus 115, right?
Plus, I have plus 125.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I certainly wouldn't expect them to win, though, but I think I'd be overpaying at minus 145 for the Diamondbacks. Let's see if I actually have a bet on them. I don't think I do. Over under of 8 for myself.
Okay, we got the Rangers and Rays over under of 8.5. Rangers plus 145. Rays minus 170. Just like I said, they were going to beat those Twins. They'll beat the Rangers minus 170.
Yeah, I have a model minus 170, and I have them to go under. I did bet them to go under, and I have a projected 7. So nice. Quite a bit off.
Yeah, you got it under 8.5. I like it. Royals and Orioles over under of 8.5. Orioles coming in at plus 155. Orioles at minus 180. Got to need the Royals to help out if you expect an over in this game. I don't know if I can hit that. So I'll take the under and the Orioles run line.
I'm on the under as well. Money line, I'm right there at minus 185 for the Orioles. So, but the under I did play, I'm pretty sure.
Red Sox and Yankees with an over-under of 8. Red Sox plus 130. Yankees are at minus 150. Whitlock up against Garrett Cole. I'll take the over 8 and don't worry about a winner.
Yeah, I do think that the line's very weird with the Red Sox going, marching down from a plus 150 to plus 130 something. But yeah, if I had to take a winner, I would go against Garrett Cole. Otherwise, what did we say the total was?
That's at 8, I think. Yeah, 8.
Oh, I have 9.25, so I guess over for me as well.
9.25 over as well for you. Okay, what about the Dodgers and Phillies? What about minus 110 taking on minus 110? So a true coin flip here with an over-under of 9.5. I can get on the over. I think Michael Grove gives up a couple. Suarez should get rocked. So I'll just take the over and not worry about a winner. But I would, of course, what do I say in games where we're expecting close? I want the better bullpen. I want the better bullpen of the Guardians. That's why I've been pounding the Guardians against the Red Sox the last couple of days. Did that against the Giant series against the Rockies. I want the better bullpen in a close game. Sign me up for the Dodgers.
Okay. I think I took the over along with the Phillies.
Yeah, I like the over. I like the over too. Definitely like the over. What about the Mets and the Pirates with an over-under of 9.5? Mets at even money. Pirates coming in here at minus 120. I bet Dick Mountain keeps this bad offense off balance all day long with that goofy delivery and slow pitch crap that he's got. I'm taking the Pirates at minus 120 at home. Give me the better offense. Give me the better bullpen. I don't know if we get the better starter, but I get the other 2 advantages, so I'll take the Pirates.
Yeah, I know one of the guys in my Discord channel, he took the Pirates today. I think he got slight plus money, and it's now minus 120, and he let us know when he did that. So that was a really good grab by him. So wow. I don't want it knowing that I could have had plus money, but yeah. Pirates, yeah, I mean, I have the game minus 104 for the Pirates, so pretty much
you got a coin flip?
Even money.
Twins and Blue Jays with an over-under of 8.5. Twins plus 105. Blue Jays minus 125. I wouldn't expect either of these starters to go deep. We know how Kikuchi, he don't go deep. Sonny Gray don't go deep. The over-under, though, is tough. Can they be effective while they're in there? Offenses that aren't quite humming along. Twins don't hit lefties. Blue Jays cooled off a touch versus righties. I'll take the Blue Jays. I want the better bullpen. You saw it shine during the Astros series. So, yeah, I want the Blue Jays. I can't do an over and under. I'll take the Blue Jays money line.
I'm right there. 8.5 for projection and plus or minus 107. So Twins are pretty much spot on. So a slight overvaluing for the Blue Jays, but I understand. I would expect the Blue Jays to win today.
You get the Astros taking on the Guardians with an over-under of 8. Astros minus 115, Guardians minus 105. Everybody's been waiting for this Guardians team to go ahead and wake up from an offensive standpoint. How about third best batting average right now, hitting 307 and slugging 450? And, of course, they don't strike out at 16.9%. You're going to come along with that? With the top 5 bullpen? Yeah, you knew the pick was the dog and the Guardians. Sign me up.
Yeah, I have minus 107, plus 107, slightly favoring the Guardians, and then I took the under in the game.
Nationals and Braves with an over-under of 10. Nationals plus 160, Braves minus 190. I generally avoid games where it's a debut. Braves, no Josiah Gray. He ain't going to surprise them with anything he's going to do today. So just too much unknown there with the Brave starters. I really didn't look this game, other than maybe trying to fade Gray, but I didn't like the lines and the price, so I just stopped looking at it pretty quick.
Do you expect a lot of runs? I think the over is a good look, but I also think that the debut with the AJ guy to go over 3.5 strikeouts, unless we get some more lines. I mean, I think the only one available right now is FanDuel, so I'm waiting for more lines there.
I mean, the guy came in, he's pitched out of the bullpen in one start. It was 2 innings. You know, I don't even know how long he's going to pitch. I can't make a prediction if I don't even know how long he's going to pitch. Like, if he's going to go 2 innings, now we get a bullpen day. Like, I don't know. I can't do that. Yep. If he was a lefty, I'd feel a little bit more confident in taking it over, just because we know the Nationals hit lefties, but he's a righty, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Athletics and Brewers with an over-under of 9.5. You got plus 195 for the Athletics. Brewers minus 230. That is current form. No. Current form, I'm taking the Athletics plus 195.
Let's see. We're on the Athletics game. Sorry, I was... Yeah, it's tough because you always see this value on the Athletics, but then it's like the bullpen just screws you every time. I don't know. I don't think I'm actually interested in betting the game. I can see the Athletics money line. I can also see the Brewers run line. It just depends on if the A's bullpen's going to want to show up today or not.
Could be one of those plays where the over could be a good play if you're expecting the Athletics to contribute. You would expect the Brewers, if they hadn't hit a starter, eventually they're going to hit some amount of these bullpen guys, because everybody does. So maybe the over 9.5. It's a good way to get in on that game. Marlins and White Sox with an over-under of 8. Marlins at plus 110. Again, I don't know why you're getting a better price on an F5 line and you get the option to push, but sign me up. White Sox at minus 130, over-under of 8. I like the Marlins to get it done. Get in those good arms of the bullpen so I don't have to sweat.
Yeah, and I'm against you just because I think the price is right at minus 119. I think it's a little undervalued, maybe.
Reds and Cardinals over-under of 8. Reds plus 145. Cardinals minus 170. Over 8, you do get a lot of that familiarity with Lively and Montgomery. This matchup played out a handful of weeks ago. So I'll just take over 8 and really not worry about a winner. But, again, I'm taking the better bullpen. So I'll take the Reds as a winner, but I really just like over 8.
Yeah, I don't remember what I did. Let me see. Reds and... I thought I did something in this game. Other than the Ben Lively one. Yeah, I did. I took over 8. Minus 115, I did.
Yeah, that makes sense. Padres and Rockies over under of 11. Padres minus 190. Rockies plus 160. I'll take the Padres on the run line.
Yeah, absolutely against Comber. Why not?
Why not? Sign me up. I hear you. Mariners and Angels over under of 7.5. Mariners even money. Angels minus 120. The only thing that put me off from backing the Angels is, the Mariners know him just from being a division rival. But if you just want to put that off to the side, it's a no-brainer to back the Angels today. The Mariners you can't hit. They can't hit. And they strike out a ton. I think Ohtani over 7.5 Ks is a good look. Again, it's more the familiarity that put me off of it, but we're striking out at over 30%. Are the Mariners versus right-handers? Ohtani's tough. So I'll take the Angels on the money line at minus 120.
Yeah, I did this on my own. I didn't give it out to anybody or anything because there was literally one book that I got it at. That the line didn't exist anywhere else. Everything's at over under 7.5, but I think I paid minus 120 to go over 7 actually. But I don't think that's available anywhere anymore. So
Mariners right now, if you're wondering, they have the third worst opponent's batting average out of the bullpen. They've got the second worst ERA coming out of the bullpen. They've got the third worst FIP, and they've got the second worst WHIP coming out of the bullpen. So it's pretty Angels for me, and it's pretty easy. I just wish maybe they weren't a divisional opponent, but yeah. Angels for me, minus 120. Pretty easy. Cubs and Giants over under of 8. Cubs minus 105. Giants are coming to this game at minus 115. Are the Cubs hitting? Did something change yesterday and the Cubs are suddenly hitting the ball? No. So why would I back the Cubs? No, I wouldn't. I want the better bullpen. I want the better offense. I want the better starter. Give me the Giants. Whatever the hell they are, minus something.
I went over 7.5, but at pretty good juice. Let's see. Minus 113 I got over 7.5. It's either like minus 130 now for 7.5 or it's at 8. So
yeah, it's at 8. Yep.
Good with that. I'm closing well there. So
all right, let's see if we caught all these comments. Make sure we got everybody ready to roll into their Friday so they can make some money. We caught that one. Astros as your best bet. Yeah, that's all you. Astros or Nats are gonna win. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know how you predict anything from this Braves guy. Nats F5 money line. Yeah, again, I don't know how you do it. And we got some people wanting some WNBA picks. I think the answer to that is probably join hockeysquirrel.com, but he can speak for himself.
Yeah, I have a pick in every single WNBA game today. Maybe multiple picks in every single game. But even right now, if I were to give them to you, like they're already 5 points off. Some of them, like I have an under that's already 5 points off or total. But yeah, I mean, I've got tennis, I've got college baseball, 3 out of the 4 games. I think I have bets in that. And so yeah, we're all over the board today, man.
Okay.
But, hey, that under 6 hit in the NHL game last night.
That under 6. Oh, okay. Cool.
2-2 into overtime.
2-2 in overtime. So it finished 3-2.
Florida Panthers ended up taking it in OT.
Okay. Nice.
So it's 2-1 in the series now.
2-1. All right. Game on, as they like to say, I guess. 2-1. Game on. All right. Cool. Fellas, I think we got a great card today on Friday. I think we got some fantastic action. Sit on back, enjoy your Friday night, and watch the cash roll in. That's what I'm expecting on this great Friday night. They appreciate you guys hanging out with us here. Come on back on Monday. We'll start a new week here on Payoff Pitch and kick off another show.
Oh, hey, I wanted to ask before everybody leaves. I know I say our number's already dropping. I created a form yesterday, a Google Sheets form, and I have I started a link tree, so you can find the link to the form in there. It should be on my Twitter, on my TikTok bio, all that. And it's just a quick survey with a few questions that I'm wanting to use in order to start making better content to help people with their specific challenges in sports betting. So it's really, if you can help me, I can help you. And it's just 5 questions. So if you would check that out, that would be awesome to end the week.
Sweet. I'll drop that link in this video description. I'll get it from you and put it on in here. All right. Cool.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Everybody enjoy your weekend.
Have a great weekend, man.
See ya.
See you later.